Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ken Chrysler, and welcome to another episode of FLH. And we're going to kick things off with X marks the spot. And Mobster is going to deliver a promo tonight. Who knows what's going to go down here. We have 3 matches for you tonight. It's going to be a great episode. And we're about to hear what he's got to say. You talk about a troublemaker. This guy is the definition of troublemaker. And we'll see what he's going to do here. I've kept my mouth shut long enough. And I will say this. At Survivor Series, my son, the Blueneck, will defeat Newson Barafia. And here is why. Because he's the better man. He's always been the better man. And Newson shouldn't even be champion. See, the MW have brainwashed my son. They have taught him the ways of decency in a world that is not decent. He knows better from his father. He knows that he has to be as vicious as possible. And I hope he can see that the MW do not know what's best for him. His father, however, does. But tonight, I guess X marks the spot is going to have to teach the MW a lesson. I guess I'm going to even have to teach my own son a lesson. Because my godson has brainwashed him into believing that being decent gets you somewhere in life, when I know for a fact it gets you nowhere in life. But he will find his past self again, and he will become champion at Survivor Series. So my message to the MW is plain and simple. You're not going to get in my way. And you're not going to control my family. You are going to learn the hard way tonight. Wow, what a promo. And who would ever thought that would happen? Well, here's my shock face. It's my normal face. Because Mobster X is always, has always been an instigator, a troublemaker. He has caused so many fights, it's unreal. And now we have the Ester Gang in the house. This is going to be a big matchup. It's going to be Ester Gang versus Ladies First. And it's going to be a really good one. But we'll talk about what Mobster had to say about Newson. He's lucky that I'm afraid of him. Because if I wasn't afraid of him, I'd go down to that ring and I'd smack him across his face. And I'm not playing around. Because he has no business trying to divide the MW. He has no business whatsoever. And he's obsessed with having control. He is a control freak. He should be ashamed of himself the way he has been acting. And he should be more appreciating the GM and his son more. And he wants his son to turn on the MW, and the MW has done a lot for Blueneck. They have changed his character. But Ester Gang is here, and they are going to be going toe-to-toe with Ladies First. One of the most deadliest women factions ever, including the 2 women tag team champions, Alma and July. And Black Rose here, of course, as their leader. And tonight, if Ester Gang wins, they will win a #1 contendership for the women's tag titles. So, a lot going down here tonight. And the Black Rose is here. And we're also still trying to figure out what's going on. There was a lot of things going on at the end of the last episode. A lot of explanations that are that need to be made after last week's video. So yeah, A lot going on. And, of course, we're going to have the number one contender for the tag titles tonight. And it looks like it's going to be X Marks the Spot versus the MW, which is going to be crazy. Pretty much two of the best factions. The MW is also going to be in action for the number one contender for the tag titles against the Walrus Party. So a lot is going on here tonight. And, of course, make sure you stay tuned till the end, because we're going to try to figure out more about this this person sending the assistant GM all of those creepy videos that he's been sending. And there's been an investigation going on over him. So, or her. We don't know who it is. G, who is the assistant GM, he says that he believes it's one of his past patients. We don't know. He's talking about 5 patients of his have the capability of doing what this person's doing. And this person is definitely a threat to this brand. So everyone is on high alert. We always are on high alert here because anything can happen here. And now, even though X Marks the Spot helped the GM at the pay-per-view, Mobster is obsessed with having his son on his side, and he's willing to go to war with the faction that's ran by his godson, because mentally he's his godson. So he kind of raised him, well, sort of. He's not the best father either. I better watch it, though, because I don't want them to attack me, because they will. They're those type of people that will definitely try to wring my neck if I say anything negative about them. But they are instigators. You know, I have nothing against Mr. Black and the Freak. They are, they have been great legends, great tag team. They just have a horrible leader. And I'm going to just keep it at that and hope he doesn't come down here and pound my head in. And here comes July. Alma getting thrown in. So, yeah, the main event's Hell in a Cell. Tornado tag, 6-man. That's going to be just giant. Of course, Lurtz and Gorgie are going to focus on trying to win the tag titles. Well, trying to win the number one contendership so they can go for the tag titles. And July going for the pin and not even a 2. Alma, what a move there on Ester. And, of course, I don't know who's going to represent the Ester Gang, whoever wins this number one contendership, if they can pull it off, that is. They have to get through ladies first. And, of course, ladies first, they have been dominating to the point that no one can get a number one contendership for those women tag titles. But I don't know which 2 of the 3 would represent the Ester Gang yet, but they need to win first. Alma getting spun around. And that affects you. I don't know why Ester does that. That's always been her move. But it has a negative effect on you when you do that move. It makes you dizzy. I just don't understand the benefit of it. I mean, both people become dizzy. dizzy, and one falls on the ground, and then the other one wobbles standing. So I guess the slam at the end makes the difference, but I just do not understand that move. And look at Diane. Oh, man, gets the rock bottom from the Black Rose. And a kick out there by Diane. And July is just tearing up the announce tables. And Ester going for the spin again. Man, I think she just wants to puke or something. Because I don't know what the incentive is on this move. Look how dizzy she is. And Ester going for the pin here. And Dominique, not even a 2. Ester's got a chair. And July going for the pin here. This is Falls Count anywhere. The second match will not be Falls Count anywhere. Of course, the Hell in the Cell won't either. And Diane. Well, it looks like there's another pin going on. And that gives July some time to break it up. Look at Ester. Oh, man, dropping on the Black Rose there. And oh, what a hold on Dominique. Ester needs to get there, and she breaks up the submission. And the pin. Wow. Ester doing some double work there. Helping both teammates out. She is a team player. Of course, all the Smiths are really good team players. They create their own teams. They're really good about working with others. Of course, the mentally will have his hands full tonight with X marks the spot, but so the assistant GM is going to have to do some investigation at the end of this and try to figure out what's going on, because we have experienced some weird things happening here lately, some interferences, just certain odd things happening in the locker room, and that's a point for July. So there's definitely something going on here. And, of course, been getting those creepy videos, creepy emails. So whoever's doing it, they don't have all their marbles. And some of their screws are definitely loose. Oh, man, right on the chair. Ester's face right on the chair. Diane, what a move. So 1 point for ladies first. If they can win this, they don't have to defend those titles. And the way things are looking, it's going to be Survivor Series next. The way things are looking for the next pay-per-view. Ester dropping on Alma's back. And now Ester going for the pin here. Oh, look here. Oh, it doesn't count as 2, though. It only counts as 1. And Diane should have stayed in place. Now it is 1-1, though. We have a tied matchup. And Dominique using the kendo stick to her advantage. And she got it. Ester Gang wins, so I don't know which 2 members are going to represent Ester Gang, but ladies first is going to have to defend those tag titles. I don't know if it's going to be at the pay-per-view or maybe the next episode, but they're going to have to defend them. So congratulations to these 3. Finally beating ladies first. That is a tough challenge to do. And now we are going to our number 1 contender for the tag titles. MW versus the Walrus Party. And it is going to be crazy. I got the Beige Cowboy, and Daniel the D's got his hair back. So Renee needs to put another spell on it. I think the GM and HR met with her, and she can't do any more spells. It's actually a violation of our policies. So that you know, you can't do witchcraft on the brand. You know, because especially imagine if Renee was evil. It'd even be worse. I mean, things could get really bad. Look at Daniel here, attacking Gorgie. And wow, steps versus steps. You don't see that often. And Beige Cowboy winning that matchup. And look at Gorgie. Wow, what a move. Using the ropes to get that good hit. Beige going to try to get a fall here. It's 2 out of 3. It has to be in the ring, though. Cannot be outside on this one. So that makes it more interesting. It draws it out longer, because sometimes the tag ones aren't as long if you just have just 2 versus 2. So we had to, switch it up a little bit. Make it inside. You got to get it inside. Otherwise, it doesn't count. Of course, the Walrus Party could really use a win, especially after they lost, and then they lost last week. I could have told them all that they were losers, They didn't have to lose. We all know they're obnoxious, they're arrogant, and the thing that I can't stand about arrogant people is arrogant people who have nothing to be arrogant about. It's one thing if you're, a champion, you can back it up. That's one thing. But to be the doofuses that these 2 are, by the way, they both have lost to Newsom. We know that's a fact, including their goofy leader, who's also lost to Newsom. Now Newsom's going to have the greatest test yet coming up against against Blueneck. That's going to be big. And of course, Blueneck's dad is trying to feed him all this garbage, trying to get him to betray the MW. And, you know, maybe if it was a couple years back, that could have been easier than it is now. Because Blueneck now has friends. And he's not going to act like his dad anymore. Hopefully. I know some of you all miss past Blueneck, but I don't. As great as he was. And it's going to be Newson's toughest challenge. Definitely a tougher challenge than anyone he's fought, for sure. I just hope the MW, no matter what the outcome is, doesn't split over these two. May the best man win and just leave it at that. And I don't think these two have any, you know, say in the matter. They could care less. They're really trying to get that #1 contendership tonight. Of course, Gorgie's had his history with Newsom, but they buried their hatchet. Oh my goodness, the bat shots. Some crazy bat shots there. And Lurtz going to try to get a point here and almost had it. I'm rooting for the MW. I feel like I'm the commentator for the MW. Like I'm their manager. I'm their Paul Heyman. You know? Because I've been here since day one as well. And you know how many raises have I gotten? That's right. Not enough. I'll tell you, not enough raises. And inflation's getting worse. You know, I got lucky the other day, and I got my son some Cheetos, 2 for $5. That you talk about some anti-inflation. I got lucky that they expire in January. That's the only reason I could get them that cheap. But hey, they'll be gone before January, so there's nothing to that. I went ahead and got me $10 worth of Cheetos. I'm looking out for my son. I'm the #1 father of the year, for sure. And Page with a nice breakup. Cowboy and Daniel regrouping here. Oh, wow. Page really went for that one. That was very risky. Could have ended up worse for him. And now pointing at Lurtz. What a hit. And going for the pin here. Kick out there. Look at Lurtz slamming Page. Wow. Big hit there. And now Lurtz attacking him with the sledgehammer. Goodness gracious. I would say that I care, but I don't. I don't care about the Page Cowboy. I never will. I never will. I've never liked the guy, and I never will. He's textbook degenerate. And Gorgie's got the steps. He drops him. I don't know why he did that. And Gorgie going after the Cowboy. Oh, wow. And look here, Daniel dropping Lurtz on his head. Now Daniel going after Gorgie with a nice move there. And still no points for either team. So either team has scored nothing yet. What a counter there by Lurtz. You have to get the fall inside. You cannot get anywhere being outside on this. And look there. Oh, what a body slam there. And right in the barricade goes the Cowboy. Oh, wow. Gorgie just caught Daniel there. They both charged each other. It's a matter of time before one of these teams gets a point. It's been nothing but Extreme Rules here, but no points. Oh, and a shot to the back. And Lurtz Nick taunting Daniel. Daniel's probably just happy he got all of his hair back. And look at Gorgie. Gonna make Daniel pay again. All right. Go team. I feel like I'm a part of this team. And look at those strikes to the back with the shovel. Oh, man. The Beige Cowboy's definitely bringing his, he's definitely an extreme guy. He's a very dangerous man. You can't let your guard down with him. But still not good enough for the former world champion. And look at Lurtz. Oh, well. Lurtz lost track. Oh, man. Strike to the ribs there. And Lurtz going to try to get a point here, and he does. Daniel could not get there in time. Daniel with a lot of shovel shots. And he ties it up. Wow. Lurtz is not happy about that, but, I can't blame Gorgie. I cannot blame him for that. Because, he got hit so many times, and Gorgie with a life-saving breakup. He got hit so many times with that shovel. And look here. Got a submission going on. But well, yeah. It's not going to be that easy. And another strike to the ribs. Weapons are everywhere. And alerts Nick. Can he finish it here? And he does. So the MW with the big win tonight against the Walrus Party. And they will be taking on X Marks the Spot at the pay-per-view. So congratulations there to the MW with a big win tonight. They needed it, and the next one is going to be another need to win for sure. Not as bad as this one because, I mean, this was for the for number one contenders, but yeah, X Marks the Spot is here, and it is going to be hell in a cell. So prepare for war. And that, yeah, you see the Freak. It's just a glowing head there. You can see him in the dark. And here they come. The U.S. champion, the world champion, and the GM. And if Gorgie wins and Lurtz wins, they could grab the tag titles as well. You know, this team has been very dominant. They've had their downs, but they've had a lot of ups. A lot of ups. They didn't start off too well, not always on the same page. Had one really bad night, but they killed it at SummerSlam. Nobody could even touch them there. And, yeah, tonight's going to be a big challenge, though. And these three that they're facing, it's I mean, you talk about Blueneck and Mobster, this is a father and son. And, of course, mentally is a godson. So, yeah, it's family here fighting. Of course, Mr. Black and the Freak might as well be related to Mobster. Newson's kind of the only odd man out here. But he is the world champion. And, you know, Mobster wants to run his mouth about Newson. He doesn't like Newson. And, you know, he can have his opinion. But let the record speak for itself. Newson has defended his title now, I believe, 3 times this year. He won the world title at WrestleMania. He deserves to be champion. I mean, he's defeated Aiden. He's defeated the Beige Cowboy. He's defeated Vicious Swag. I mean, he's doing really well. But at the pay-per-view, it's going to be his toughest challenge yet. There's no doubt about it. But X Marks the Spot is trying to divide this group, put a wedge between them. Mobster's trying to do his expert manipulation, as usual, because he is a master manipulator. I mean, this guy was around when the KSD was big. You know, all kinds of bad things have happened because of this guy. That's what people don't understand. You know, just because he's Blueneck's dad and he's likable and he's, you know, he has charisma, he has confidence, he can back it up, doesn't mean he's a good guy. And trust me when I say this, he is not a good guy. Oh, wow. We got a fight already on top of the cell. So much for safety concerns. Mr. Black, he's leaving the cell. Everyone's already climbing up. This is insane. I mean, this has not even been going on that long. And they're already all on top of the cell. This is a recipe for disaster. And the GM's a hypocrite for saying that he doesn't want anyone on the cell. Look at this. He's repeatedly told us in team meetings that the less people on the cell, the better. And look at what we have here. Yeah, he needs to listen to himself. Oh my goodness, Blueneck just fell off. Oh my. Oh wow. Blueneck took a dive, and this just goes to show that Mobster is not the best father. Obviously, I'm the best father. I got my kid some Cheetos. I mean, look, he just lets his son fall off of the cell. Obviously, Gory X, Malcolm Monroe, Gory X, and Blueneck are all the sons of Mobster X. And Gory is, him completely. Like and Newsom just went through the cell. And everyone jumping down to try to get that pin. Oh my goodness. And yeah, everybody's back in now. This is crazy. And look here. And a kick out there. I don't know how that was a kick out, but it happened. And we've already had people fall off. And Mentally not looking good here. He's about to fall off as well. You talk about a hypocrite. Come on. Really? He tells us not, the more people in the cell, the worse off we'll be. You should have known when you put these 6 together that you're going to get chaos. Oh my goodness, and Mentally fell off the cell. I don't even think he meant to, he just slipped off. Oh my goodness, he could have hit his head on the barricade. Oh my goodness, call the law. This is crazy. They're back on top. The Godfather fighting his godson. Oh my goodness, and Mentally took another dive off. They always talk about this brand being a funeral home. I think the F stands for funeral in this brand's acronyms. You know what I think the acronyms stand for? Funeral Lunatic Home. That's what it should stand for. But the acronyms, what they do stand for, definitely holds up here. Because that's what they're fighting like right now. And we're about to get We have a fight on the side of the cell now. The MW loves cell matches. They're going to get their neck broke, though. They continue to do these and these are not meant to do every week. This is a thing that we do that should be done once a year for the pay-per-view. There's a reason why there's a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell. And we don't want to see any of your... Come on, cameraman. Come on. I know you're trying to get the good shot, but, you know, we don't want to see the audience's arms. And those guys are in the nosebleed seats, so they definitely don't deserve to be on camera because they didn't pay a high enough ticket price. But yeah, Hell in a Cell is meant for a pay-per-view. It's a one-time-a-year thing. These people do it every week. They must want a date with the afterlife. And just a reminder, make sure you stay for after this is over, after this match is over, because, you know, who knows what's going to happen next, as the assistant GM is trying to investigate to see who's sending him all these weird emails and videos and all this stuff. He's trying to figure it out. And Mobster takes a dive off. My goodness. We're going to have to get a bunch of stretchers. Bunch of stretchers for this one. I hope the hospital is staffed tonight. I hope they're not understaffed. We got fights on the side, fights on the top, and no falls yet. So things are just out of control right now. Oh my goodness, and Newson falls again. And there's holes all over the cell. Anyone could just fall on mistake. And we got now we're going to get another side fight, but it looks like Newson is going to the top again. Blueneck with a broad kick. He just broad kicked his father. That shows you what kind of family this is. He just broad kicked his dad. It's a matter of time before one of these pieces of the cell breaks. And it's going to be bad news when it does. And look at Newson here. Oh my goodness. Slams Mr. Black really good there. And through the cell. Mr. Black goes, and Newson has a golden opportunity here. And of course, he's going straight for the pin. And he's got a point. Wow. Wow. And now a shot with the sledgehammer to the ribs. And he's going to go for another pin. This is genius. Oh my goodness, genius. And Mobster X can eat it. Oh my goodness, what a victory and what a great play by the world champion, taking advantage of the fallen Mr. Black by using a hammer to finish things off. And the MW stand tall. So the manipulation didn't work tonight. Wow, and we still have another promo to go. And everyone, it looks like it is time for our final promo. And it looks like it's at 205 Live. And here comes the assistant GM. We're going to just call him G because that name is way too long. And he's meeting with someone that looks almost exactly like him, minus the haircut and the color of the vest. So I wonder who this is. And a lot of questions that need answers here. So we're about to find out some more. Gugus, my brother. It's your favorite licensed therapist and assistant GM, Gugus Gugitsi. But you can call me G because my name's way too long. It's longer than yours, by the way. My name is your name plus Git plus C. So, I know you're great with computers, and I had an assignment for you to complete. I need to find out who is sending me weird videos, who is sending me weird emails. And a genius computer analyst like yourself can figure things out. So, tell me, younger brother, who is behind this? My older brother, I have found what you are looking for. This guy's good. I'll give him that. The way he sends the videos, the way he sends the files from various locations, but he's not as good as this dork. This dork is on another level. And I found a name. And I don't know who this person is to you, but it's not one of your patients, that's for sure. Not that they're not dangerous, but your former patients aren't capable of doing what this person can do. This person's extremely smart, and he's got a problem with the brand. I couldn't crack everything yet because he has all these symbols, and you have to decode them, and it's going to take some time. But I did get a name. The name of the person you're looking for is Peyton Bruce. Who in the world is that? Do you know? Peyton Bruce? I haven't heard that name in over 20-some years. I used to date a girl, younger brother, named Kimmy Bruce in my 20s. She was fine as a fox on a hot day. We dated for 6 months. She was a single mother, and she had a son named Peyton. He was around 5 or 6 years old. He was really a nice kid. He had behavior problems, but he was always nice toward me, surprisingly. But Kimmy and I broke up. You know, I had my jobs with the military, and we just lost connection and decided to go our separate ways. But she shortly died a couple years later. There's something strange about this. what happened to him. You know, he didn't have a father in the picture, and she died shortly after I left. So something made him snap, and he's trying to contact me. I don't know what it is, but it's bigger than that. I need to find out more information. I need you at FLH. I need you there. I need you there, brother. I can use your help, and so could the GM. I am not going to FLH. Never. You hear me? I am staying right here at 205 Live where I am safe from harm. That place is nothing but death. And you need to stay here with me until we figure this out together. I don't want you on that brand. That brand is a disease, and I am going to stay away from it. Nobody is going to come to 205 Live and start anything because it's irrelevant. And I like hiding in places that are irrelevant. And I fear for you because whoever this Peyton Bruce guy is, you're talking about someone from 20-some years ago who was 5 or 6 years old. That means he's held a grudge this long against you. And he has more than just a grudge. There's some really cruel intentions. But you are going to be the main target this time. You understand? So please, I know you're not going to listen. But you're more than welcome to stay at 205 Live. Because he's not going to come here. That's for sure. Nobody's coming here. Nobody cares about this place. But I know you're not going to listen to me, so be careful.